All right, hey guys. I'm gonna take a break from sad stuff for a second, just to make a fun little post about my little Austin comedy community. I found it adorable tonight at Cherrywood that Taylor Dowdy still cannot bring himself to acknowledge me when I talk to him directly. Even when he's talking to Claudia and it seems like a conversation anyone can jump into, he's still so adorably like flustered when I speak to him, because it's like he wants to say something, but then he looks down really fast and then just kind of like tries really hard to pretend like I'm not there. And it's cute, and I feel for him, because I'm still not really sure what Taylor's problem is with me. I mean, I know now it's because of Sailor Rowdy, and that I basically called him out in my blog. But I mean, before that, I still don't get what the problem was. We were super cool talking at Hi-Hat, and then like 2 days later, he was telling Phil, "Nope, I'm not going to do your show if Kate's going to be there." So I don't know. And that got me thinking about some other people in the comedy scene, because it just seems to be comics that do this, but there are actually a lot that who are able to deliberately pretend like I don't exist, which I guess that they think that's a hurtful thing, and like that's a way to show me, you know. But I can't help but notice, I just can't help but think how childish it is and sad. And it's really sad when it's people like Lea'h Sampson and Jenne Rose. I'm forgetting someone else, because like unlike with Phil, there's no history there. There's no complicated anything. They were just two girls who were super cool with me, and that I was their sister, until, well, Rachel Hall told Lea'h that I wasn't with the cool group, and then Lea'h suddenly couldn't be friends anymore, because her career comes first, and so when she told me I wasn't a sister, and then twice she attacks me at Mr. Tramps. The first time her friend, I think she's a comic, I don't know, she screamed for a very long time at me. And then both her and Lea'h ended up the screaming fest by yelling that I'm a terrible mother, that I deserve to have my kids taken from me. I asked the girl I didn't know, like, if she had she was really upset about my comedy blog, but I asked her if she'd ever read my rape blog, basically, and she had no idea what I was talking about, and I was like, oh yeah, the kid you're talking about that they were taken because their dad couldn't stop, like, beating and raping me enough to where, yeah, that's why they were taken. Did you know that? And, like, she had a split second of being a human, and then you could just see, like, the bitch come back, and it was like, well, I'm sure you deserve to be beaten and raped for 3 years. So, like, that was fun. At least Lea'h was still communicating with me, I guess. But then, like, literally a week later, Lea'h cornered me in the bathroom at Mr. Tramps, which is very traumatic for me. I've been blocked in rooms a lot. I've had someone, just like she did, actively, like, block a door, and many times I've feared for my life. So, like, she brought on lots of fun flashbacks. When I finally escaped and I went to, like, my safe zone at Tramps, when I was allowed there, she then followed me and screamed at me for about 5 minutes. All the guy comics who hadn't been sitting in there all filed in like a line, like they just followed us. And then they all just sat and watched. And like I said, it took about 3 to 5 minutes for somebody to do something. And finally, Colton, my baby, he finally came in and kind of was like, Lea'h, what are you doing? And then finally, like, the really super muscular guy that works at Mr. Tramps, but he's always, like, he's so muscular, but he's always too scared to, like, stop the people that are screaming at me or like, throwing water out of my hands. You know, he was, like, behind Colton, like, yeah, she needs to stop. But, so that happens. Lea'h doesn't get kicked out. And then ever since then, she goes out of her way to, like, to make sure I know that she's pretending like I don't exist. And Taylor's adorable. Leah's just, it's sad. She's so young. And to have that much hatred for someone she doesn't know, and that she called a sister up until a comic told her, oh, no, we're not friends with Kate. And then suddenly I was a bad mom that deserved to have my kids taken from me. Yeah, so she does that. Phil Parker does that too, which I guess is for the best. He's usually not very nice when he does talk, and he doesn't really have anything interesting to say anyway. Let's see, and Mitch Mekulsia, that's really weird. Like, we were super good friends. Like, no sex, nothing, like, brother and sister, nothing weird. But, like, he was there for me and I was there for him, because I think we both struggle with PTSD things, and it seemed like we both kind of struggled with, like, once it's time to go home, and even though it's like 2 a.m., you know you're probably going to be awake for the whole night, and you know you're going to be left alone with whatever trauma is keeping you from sleeping, or that you desperately try to avoid by being at comedy shows and just hanging out with anybody that'll talk to you. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I get that. Why do you think I hang around such a toxic community? It's the only social life I have. I will sit and be by myself, and that's still better than, being alone. But then, right when Lea'h did her whole yelling thing, Mitch suddenly, didn't talk to me anymore. And that lasted for, a month. And then, he kind of started becoming friendly again. And then the whole, N-word thing happened. And, man, that was super sad. It, more than being mad about it, I'm so confused. And it makes me really sad for Mitch. Or I don't know. It's another one of those times where, I see these people and I'm like, man, they hate me. Or it really gave them pleasure to discriminate against me, to scream at me, to tell me I should just kill my baby because it'd be better for everybody, when they all know that I was pregnant because I was raped by a comic. How old are we? And I have to ask, all of the comics that hate me so much, do you really know why you hate me so much? Because a lot of you that don't talk to me at all, I don't know. Harrison and white boy, Westlake guy, whatever, pretty boy. They were consistently putting me last on their list for 4 months, and I didn't even know these two. And while I didn't try to suck their nuts and be their friend, because I kind of got the signal they didn't want to be my friend, I still don't really understand why these people I didn't even know were retaliating against me when I did, and it was so blatant. But I'm I don't know. I think Harrison's cool. I like his drawings. He kind of won me over with those. I think, I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, Hunter. I think he needs to be brought down a couple pegs. I think his ego's kind of making him a jerk that he's maybe not. And I was just giving him a harder time because he has that horrible feminist joke with the flashlight. And yeah, he's just kind of full of himself. Anyway, let's see, who else ignores me? I think that's it. I just wanted to comment. Taylor, Sailor Rowdy, you keep on being adorable, buddy. Maybe one day this guy, I listened I like Taylor. I think he's very natural. He's a natural. He's funnier than most of the other white guys. And I'm not really sure why he's not getting booked on Velveeta Room, at least. I think he could carry a set at Cap City. And again, not really sure why he's not, because he's there all the time. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But comics are still dicks. Don't really know why. But at least we have Claudia, who unfortunately brings out my sass. And so then I make videos like this. And then someone like Mark Glatt is going to come on and tell me, Kate, why did you do that? It's all your fault. I'm going to victim blame you and not really get that I'm victim blaming you. And it's almost going to be so victim blamey that it's hilarious, but it's actually kind of sad because you don't get it, but it's whatever. Let's just all be friends, you guys. I'm not awful. But you're not going to believe me, and you'll probably still continue treating me like crap. That's okay. I have kids who love me. I don't have them, but perspective. It would just be cool if, we could be friendly, especially for those of you that I don't even really know, but that have very adorably kept their distance from me since the moment I walked back in the scene. It's cute. Y'all are all cute. And I don't know. Y'all are still dicks. And even for the ones that don't talk to me, I really like a lot of you. And I continue going out because I do still genuinely like supporting you guys. I like supporting local comedy. And I feel better, whether it's good or bad comedy, being out and laughing. And no matter how shitty you guys are to me, it feels good to support y'all. Just kind of wish some of y'all could have enough decency to treat me like a human being, since most of you, I think Phil Parker might be the only one, maybe Jamie Schaffner, who kind of, he doesn't actually have a reason, he's just being a big old dick, but like at least we had personal stuff. Everyone else, what are y'all doing? I know your ego like takes over, but chill out. I'm just a 30-year-old mom. And, like, I'm not even fucking comics anymore. I don't really get into the bullshit that much anymore. And y'all know how shitty my life is right now. So, like, why do you care? And why do you have to go out of your way to be mean to me and make sure I know that I do not exist? Like, it's sad. I'm not sad from it. It's just sad. Like how everyone tells me, Kate, you should stop doing so much comedy and you should focus more on your kids. Well, I think maybe you guys should focus on your comedy a little more and stop focusing on hating me. Just support one another and see what happens when we do that. Could be good. I don't know. This was fun. Oh, and is Chad Fisher around anywhere? Because boy, is he in trouble.